Hello and welcome back to Gears and Tech. If you've seen my other videos featuring the Waveform surfing box, then you already know what this thing is that I'm about to look at. But if you're like me, you always wonder, what the heck makes things work? How does this work? What's inside here? Well, today, before I actually go and install this thing in my boat, I do want to open this up and see what makes it tick.
I'm something of a scientist myself.
Now, if you don't know about this, this is from a company called Waveform. This is a aftermarket add-on that makes your boat function more like some of the newer boats, with a monitoring system for your ballast and for how to make the best wave possible on some of those older boats. It is an app-based system, so you don't just get what's in this box. You do have to have a smartphone running an app which will communicate with this box, and it will give you a ton of user information about your boat so that you have all the tools available to make the best possible surf wave on that boat. Now, I have made a lot of other videos already kind of walking you through what this box does. I've done other videos showing you how to install it, and other videos showing you the setup, and videos showing how it works. So it only is fitting that today we're gonna look at what's actually inside this box. So to do that, there's only just 4 Phillips head screws here. So we're gonna pop these open and see what's in here. So let's get going here. Now, Waveform is more or less, at this point, it's a small startup company from what I can tell. This is their first product. They expect to add more features to this product. So this is available on their website, which I'll put a link in the description for if you want to buy one of these for yourself. So the first thing before I open this up that I notice is this is more or less a general use project box. So there's nothing fancy about this. I've purchased these before from my local electronics supply store. These cables here are actually very high quality. They are braided cables. They use heat shrink to stabilize the wires that are coming through. They do have a quick connect and pigtails to make installation super easy. So this is actually quite high quality. The length of the cables is plenty long enough for where you would install this to versus where you will be plugging this into. And this white cable is your power wires, which again has a very nice mechanical protection by having this sheath over it. The box is waterproof. These connectors are actually waterproof when they're tightened down all the way. And I don't know if this button is waterproof though. This button does not feel like a waterproof button. Normally there'd be some sort of a rubber membrane to prevent you from getting water in there, which it doesn't seem like there is. I imagine you will leave it powered on all the time anyway, so that's not really that critical. So now we're gonna open this up and see what's inside here. Wow. And there we go. So the first thing I notice, a couple things here. So I'm gonna take the easy things first, the easy items first. So what you'll see here is a standard relay board. There's nothing special about this board. It's just a relay board, but it does have 1, 2, 3, 4. It's got 8 relays, and these are tied into the cabling for our ballast pumps. So I've got, that's fascinating. We are using all 8 of those ones. This one, I presume, will not be using 8. No. So this is a single-sided one here. So what we've got, I know it's a bit of a rat's nest in here, but we have, for every one of these cables, we have a relay board. So this is 1 relay board, and then this is 2 relay boards that have been sandwiched together with some foam and some tape. So overall, this is made to a point where it is. We're gonna use an app called Google Lens, and we're gonna just take a picture of this and see if Google Lens knows what this box is. Matches. So my eyes are bad, so I was able to zoom in on that. It's a U-Blocks with a model Nina W112. So let's look that up real quick and see what this is. Open CPU. Okay, so that's a Nina W02 CPU. That doesn't help me a whole lot. So this has been added to a board. So this is a microprocessor which is attached to a board which houses all of the electronics that we need to trigger our relay switches. That's what all these wires are for. These are simply going to trigger on fill pumps or empty pumps. That's all it does. So each of these will just be an output which is tied to our relay boards. The true magic actually happens on the app side. So within this board, we would also have our gyro sensors, we would have a GPS receiver, and we would have a couple of other wonderful things. So this connects to your phone through Wi-Fi or Bluetooth. So it would be able to support Wi-Fi or Bluetooth connectivity through this chip. So the true, like I could connect to this probably and then download the software that's running on here, but it won't be very useful to anybody because you need to interface with the app. Also, it should be noted that the software on this chip will absolutely be protected by Waveform's patents, and it is proprietary technology. You can't just go and rip this off and build this yourself. And the purpose of this video is not to show somebody how to build your own Waveform unit and save yourself some bucks. You could build what you see here for a few $100s. This is not cheap electronics. They are high quality, and it is built properly to a very high spec. So this is not something that you're gonna just go and buy all these pieces and then build it yourself with. But because I want to know, what makes things tick and how do they work and what's inside the box, that's what this is all about. Just looking at what's inside the box. You've seen me tear apart PlayStation controllers before, you've seen me tear apart other electronics before. This is no different. So what do I think overall of this, of the build quality and everything? The build quality is actually really good as far as what's in here. There are a few things that someone could do to make this better, and I imagine as they start to get higher production numbers, we will see version changes to this. Specifically, I expect at some point they would order one board that just fits inside here with all the relays that they need, and then they can just connect their wires to that, and it would have standoffs that it would screw down to. This thing, it still has tons of output options here. So in the future, they expect to add more capabilities to this. So right now it controls 6 pumps, but it's fill and drain per bag. So I can control 3 separate ballast bags with this. Now there's an infinite possibility of more bags. They could easily, they're only using half of this board. So with this chip, we could go up to 6 bags that we control, or 6 total rocker switches with an on, off, on configuration. So this would open up capabilities to control DIY aftermarket surf systems with deployable arms or tabs or whatever the case may be, whatever you've designed or developed or purchased. So this would interface with those. The nice thing about this, because this has a GPS chip on it, it could increase functionality of a basic system. So if you went and bought, like a basic system that just goes down when you push a button, they could have this triggered off of the GPS so that if you're going, say, 14 miles an hour, it'll automatically pick up your surf tabs or whatever you have. So it would increase the functionality of that system and put it all onto an app where you can actually see what's going on with your surf system. So this is a very great starting point. It would be upgradable at a user level if you have moderate skills and abilities. However, you most likely would want to purchase one that has all of the features that you want, because this is beyond the scope of most DIYers to go in and start soldering to boards, upgrading the flash chip, and adding more relay boards. But overall, I am impressed with the build quality of it, and I'm really excited to get it on my boat. If you haven't checked out my videos already where I'm reviewing this product, stay tuned, because those have either come out or they are coming out at some point, because I've looked at everything I can with this thing, and it is time to get it in the boat so that we can see what this does. Hey, thanks for watching all the way to the end of this video. We hope you enjoy the content in this video, and we'd love to have you come back. Consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. And for those subscribers who are looking for that extra special thing that you can do to support this channel, consider joining our members group. That's where we're building this community, the Gears and Tech community, where we can all enjoy content together. You'll get special perks, which we'd love for you to check out by clicking the link down below. For those of you who are just happy to watch the video, that's okay too. You can check out some of our other content right over here, where we've got some previous videos that have already been uploaded and enjoyed by many of our viewers already. We do hope to see you again. This has been Gears and Tech. Have a great day.